Oh, hello. I was just reading some Hegel, getting ready for my next talk. Um, Good morning, hello, good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is Jay Baker, everybody. Revolution, man, 30 years this year, 30 stinking years of doing this. I was a kid when we started, and I'm still kind of a kid, but no, I was 18 when we started. And we all had a vision to create a place for people to come who felt like they didn't belong in church. Really funny is just recently seeing the Tammy Faye on Broadway cast go through a rehearsal. I caught up some weird glimpses of like, oh, that's why my parents were doing TV, because they wanted to meet people where they were at inside their homes. I guess all that philosophy stuff about repeating the past does come true a little bit. But yeah, the idea is to meet people where they're at and not make them have to feel uncomfortable in a church. And as you know, over the years, we've evolved quite a bit and ended up meeting in clubs and bars and things like that, trying to create a more of a neutral area. Because of moving and budget and things like that, now I'm completely online, and Revolution is completely online community. But I like it because I like that idea of being able to be into your home or be in your car or be where you're at, and just meeting you where you're at. There's no, I was filling out something the other day, asked me to match donations. This company, someone donates, they'll match the donations, and they're asking what secular work do you do? And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I think Revolution's been secular since the day we started meeting in Masquerade in Atlanta. I feel like we've always been a place that hasn't really been a church. We've always been trying to break away from that place and be a common space, almost be a public space, if you will, where we all experience real true individuality. You're not coming into one place that belongs to one group. It's kind of everybody's spot. And that's what Revolution has been trying to do for 30 years, and will continue that work. And the idea behind meeting in places like that is to bring the message. And if you know me, you know the message has always been grace and restoration and love and pure acceptance. Love, like Apostle Paul talks about, never gives up, never loses face, always hopeful, endures through every circumstance. And even if through time that's grown through finding unity through diversity. Making sure that when we have these conversations that we also realize that people need to pay their bills. People need to have health insurance. People need to be able to buy groceries. These type of things, these basic common things in each other's lives is what we all need. And it might be easier to have some of these religious conversations or political conversations if we all knew a little bit more what tomorrow would look like and not have to be worried so about tomorrow and kind of have some peace in today. I think that's one way we realize that community works and allows us to disagree well. And if we're loving one another as ourselves, we're wanting to make sure that even our enemy has a table to eat at, even if we're not sharing our table. I think Tupac said something like that. But anyway, so that's 30 years of our work. And gosh, we've had incredible time, so many different cities, Phoenix, Atlanta, Brooklyn, New York, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm sure I'm leaving a few places out. And Los Angeles, California. And now here I am in Washington. And if the sun doesn't come out soon, I think I might be transparent. But here we are in Washington, and we're completely online right now. But I think that works for the work that we're trying to do, is to meet you where you're at. And we have no expectations, and that's what I've always loved about Revolution. I think we're trying to do something different. I know we're trying to do something different. And I believe it's a type of reformation. But we really honestly can't do this work without your support. So yes, here it comes. We have a budget about $4,000 a month. That's our minimum budget. That allows us to pay our taxes, my payroll, all the online stuff that we have to do. The folks who handle our finances, who actually take a pretty good chunk of that. But we like to make sure that every T is crossed and I is dotted, especially with the Baker history. Doing that. Over the years, we've had different groups who've supported Revolution. Um, you know, we've had companies, we've had families and different things like that who've made bigger donations to help us continue our work. But we need that. We need your help. We need your financial support. I don't want anybody giving money who doesn't have money. That's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for to put any stress on your bank account. But for those of you who might have a little bit money or might believe in the work that we're doing and want to sow into something that's been here for 30 years, a friend of mine has been tithing to Revolution for years now, and I can't tell you how much that helps. And tithing isn't something you hear very much about anymore, but it really does help. Even if you know of an organization that might be willing to help Revolution and support our work. Because our work is really loving people and building tolerance with people and helping people understand one another. Even tolerance when we disagree. That's the whole concept between finding unity and diversity. It goes back to Martin Luther King and my studies of him and John Hume, the great peacemaker from Northern Ireland. All that comes into the work of Revolution, and also the concept of grace and not scapegoating one another. It's a new day, and it's a new message that will continue, that I will get up every morning and continue to preach and speak about and talk about and write about and encourage others to do, because I think we're better than the way we currently are acting with one another. And with this political system that's going on right now and this current race, no matter who wins, we're going to have to continue to work on ways for us to communicate better and how we love each other more and how we actually truly live a life of grace. And it's not easy. And that's the work that Revolution is going to continue to do, is encourage people to come together and find a way to work together and live together and love each other so much that we're able to make sure that, people are able to eat and people are able to have good jobs and people are able to pay bills and things like that. Those are also focuses of our work, the social justice part of what Revolution does. So yeah, if you're in a place or you even know a foundation that might be willing to support Revolution, even a denomination who wants to kind of do something outside of the box, that's what Revolution is here, and we have a need. We have a need to make ends meet. I would love to do more. I would love to offer incentives like, oh, we have some stickers and buttons and things like that. But right now, financially, we're just not even at a place where we can do that. Right now, we just need support to continue this work and to grow this work. I'm trying to do as much as I can without doing content for content's sake, because sometimes I think when we do content for content's sake, you end up saying some really crazy off stuff. And I do believe in quality over quantity. But we really can't make it without your support. So if you'd like to help Revolution, you can go to revolutionchurch.com, and we have Venmo, and we also have PayPal, and you can make a donation through there. If you would like to write a check or something like that, you can contact me through direct message here at Revolution's Instagram or Jay Baker Instagram. And if you go, hey, I know a foundation that would like to find out more about what you guys are doing, and could you fill this stuff out, contact me through those situations through Instagram or Facebook. Probably Instagram's the best, and we'll figure that out. I'll figure that out. But right now, we need you. We need your support. It's me and my buddy Josh who's helping me do Revolution. Revolution would be better with more staff and more people. We've always been stronger when we have a staff or a community around us working with us as well. And that's what I want to do. I want to continue to move ahead. I'm not allowing the credits to roll. I'm looking forward to a future with Revolution and continue to do Revolution in a way that is going to be more productive and more radical and have more of an innovative way of doing what we do, because I do think we're called to reform and to do something new and to think about this whole thing, this whole church thing, this whole American church thing in a completely different way, and continue the message of love and grace, and continue the message of, I think of my mom, Tammy Faye, who could be in a room one day with drag queens and then the next day with Southern Baptists. That's the kind of thing we want to see in this world, and I want to see in this world. So I thank you for your consideration. I thank you for your support. Even things like liking and subscribing and just our posts and sharing them, that's also another way you can help too. But right now we do have a pretty big financial need, and so I'm going to put it out there. And this is my least favorite thing to do. So this is sometimes the hardest work, is saying, this is hard work. We need your support. And there you go. This is hard work, and we really could use your support to continue it. And I wouldn't say maybe 30 more years, but maybe 20 more years of revolution. Who knows? So thank you so much for your time and your consideration. And as a reminder, all donations are tax deductible. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.